Hey guys, Kumaforno here. In today's video, we'll go through another operation that my friend James and I have created. Before we get into it, I'd like to thank him because he's helped a lot with this video by making the bios and many of the images. So let's get into it. This operation is called Operation Raging Storm and will be set in Australia with the Australian SASR. As always, there are two operators. I'll go through their abilities a bit later. The first operator is Vincent Trojan Lance. He's a 26-year-old 2-speed 2-armor operator. Ever since a young age, Lance always had an affinity for computing. His understanding of computers went far beyond just the hardware, with the ability to read and understand code far more than any of his peers. By the time he had started college, Vincent had created a program for his mobile phone, which allowed him to access other devices wirelessly, with consent or without. Once he had access, he could alter the programming of the device and even take control of it. The existence of this device became public knowledge during an incident in 2017, in which Vincent accessed the servers of a huge accounting firm and leaked hundreds of files online, which exposed their illegal actions. After being discovered and arrested as a black hat hacker, the military approached Lance, granting him an offer to serve his country and put a good use to his technological prowess. The current model of the Grey Hat is able to connect to electronic devices wirelessly with no barrier being able to stop him. Once connected, he can tamper with them, granting him the ability to seize control of them for a short time. Trojan's ability, the Mark IV Grey Hat hacking device, is effectively an IQ scanner that can detect devices through walls, floors and barricades, and hack them. This device will then become friendly towards the attacking team. This means mute jammers, bandit batteries and Valkyrie cams will all be able to be turned to his team. When something is hacked, it will become friendly for 5 seconds. This allows Trojan to gain access to any camera and gain vital intel for a short time, or hack a mute jammer so that drones can go into the objective. For balance reasons, it's best if hacked bandited walls will still not allow thermite or Hibana breaching, but will not destroy their devices. He has a maximum of 3 scans that can be used throughout the round to gain advantage over the enemy team. Let's go through his weapons. So his primary option 1 is the Mark 18 CQBR assault rifle, and option 2 is the Mark 14 EBR designated marksman rifle. We were going to give Trojan more close range weapons, but if he had a shotgun or an SMG, I believe it'd be too easy for him to go for the risky scans at close range because he's got the protection. Secondaries. Secondary option 1 is the Unica revolver. If anyone remembers Battlefield 4, you'll probably remember this weapon. It's going to be very similar to the LFP-586, which is Montagne's revolver. It will probably do a little less damage, with potentially less recoil to compensate for that. Secondary option 2 is the Glock 19 9mm sidearm. This is just an average semi-auto pistol, probably similar to the pistol used by the SAS. Gadgets. Gadget option 1 is a claymore to protect his flank while he hacks devices. And gadget option 2 are flashbangs, allowing him the ability to quickly breach and enter rooms to capitalise on successful hacks. The second operator is Pamela Stewart. She is a 27-year-old 2-speed 2-arm operator. Stewart was born into a family of 5 alongside her 2 older brothers, both of whom served various tours in Iraq and Afghanistan during their military careers. Stewart became a member of the Australian Army when she was 18 and was inducted into the Special Air Service Regiment when she was 23. After working alongside Navy SEAL operator Megan Valkyrie Castellano, Pamela found the black eye cameras to be very useful and found a way of improving them. Stewart modified the device by removing the camera and adding multiple thermal and motion sensors, which when tripped will activate the device. When activated, the device fires a tracking dart onto targets into the vicinity, allowing them to be tracked for 8 seconds. The device glows with a small red light, and the internal mechanisms can be heard humming when you're nearby. Due to the cost of the hardware put into the Sentinel, Stewart is restricted to bringing only 2 into combat situations. Seeker's ability, the Sentinel trip camera, is a throwable camera similar to Valkyrie's, but it's slightly bigger and has a barrel attached. Its red light and humming noise make it easily identifiable to cautious attackers, yet also a deadly contraption to face when you're a ballsy player. Once tagged by the Sentinel, you are revealed, similar to the way you are after a successful Kavira interrogation, as you'll see on screen. This means you can be tracked for 8 seconds. This is 2 seconds shorter than a Kavira interrogation. Once it's done, the device deactivates, though its red light will remain just to fool inexperienced players into thinking it's an active camera. Let's go over the weapons. Primary option 1 is the AAC Honey Badger SMG. Primary option 2 is the Maul shotgun. This gives Seeker the tools to excel at close range, whilst also providing the ability to be effective at range to more experienced players. Secondary option 1 is the Unica revolver, and secondary option 2 is the Glock 19 sidearm. These are the same as what Trojan has. Gadgets. Gadget option 1 is a deployable shield, and gadget option 2 is a nitro cell. For this operation, we've also created a map called Opera House. This building will feature a large open theatre area with chairs and a stage. Behind the stage there will be a backstage area with stairs, rooms and small corridors. Either side of the theatre area will be a series of overlapping corridors, providing choke points and many angles to check. This offers very high risk, high reward gameplay. If you push through the middle, you run the risk of being picked off from cover. And if you attack from the sides, you run the risk of not checking angles quick enough. There will be 3 entrances to the building, one from the rear, one from the side, one from the front. All will be covered to avoid spawn killing, yet also risky to enter. And this is to avoid overzealous attackers gaining the advantage too easily. This map can be easily dominated by an efficient defending team who use their abilities correctly. However, it can be just as easily dominated by a powerful attacking team who counter abilities effectively and capitalise on every opportunity. Well, that's it for this operation in this video. Thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed it, leave a comment saying what you thought, let's have a discussion, and subscribe for more content in the future. I'll see you next time.